One day, King Agamemnon and his soldiers were in Thessaly, making an agreement with the Thessalian king and his soldiers. So the two kings agreed to let both of their best fighters to win instead of war. Boagrius fought for Thessaly, while Achilles fought in favor of King Agamemnon's bidding. In the end, Achilles struck Boagrius with his sword in his neck, which made Boagrius fell into the ground. It was a fine day at Sparta, Greece, when the two Trojan princes made peace with King Menelaus. Amidst the celebration, the younger prince, Paris, followed Helen of Sparta to her room. The two were in love with each other, as Helen would describe her, that she was like a ghost before the prince came. The prince is willing to stay with her or else bring her to his place, which is Troy. The morning came when it is time for the Trojan princes to set sails towards the land. Upon their journey, Paris had shown Hector that he brought with him Helen of Sparta, which is a chaos for the two kingdoms. When they arrived at Troy, the people welcomed them, and so with King Priam, who welcomed Helen as if she were the princess of Troy. Then Prince Hector embraced his wife and see his little boy. On the other side, King Menelaus turned to ask for help on his brother King Agamemnon, who also wanted to destroy Troy, agreed and sent emissaries to all the Greek kings and their soldiers. Later, there were thousands of ships and 50,000 men who joined the expedition against Troy, including Odysseus, Achilles, and the Myrmidons. As they reached the shores of Troy, the Trojans attacked them with their arrows, causing few of the Greek soldiers to die. Achilles even attacked the temple of Apollo, the sun god, and he cut the head of the patron's statue. As the sun has rised, the two enemies stood before the walls of Troy to witness Paris and Menelaus fight. But amidst the fight, Paris was struck and won't be able to fight anymore. On the other hand, King Agamemnon had plotted to destroy Troy, and he is willing to do it. He does not even care if King Menelaus' mission is only to win back Helen. When Paris was struck in his legs, he immediately reached out for his brother for help, and he doesn't want to do the fight anymore. He already surrendered. King Menelaus approached to finish Paris, but Hector killed him first and struck him in the chest, causing him to fall down. This marked the beginning of the battle. Even though the Greeks outnumbered the Trojans, still the people of Troy have won the first battle, for they have the skilled archers who killed thousands of Greek armies. The Greek warriors now seemed hopeless, so King Agamemnon and Odysseus planned to have Achilles on the back. But Achilles has so pride that he would only fight for himself. He does not even care if the Greeks would suffer. On the other hand, Prince Hector would do everything and would even fight for his country. The night came. Hector and King Priam decided to attack the Greeks and the Myrmidons. By this time, the Greek soldiers regained strength, for they thought that Achilles has led them. But they never knew that it was Patroclus, who disguised as Achilles. In the end, Hector killed Patroclus. Later, Achilles heard the news about his cousin from Eudorus. In his rage, Achilles went before the Trojan gates and demanded Hector to fight with him. So Hector went out of the gates and fought out bravely with the greatest warrior of Greece. Hector fell down and died. Achilles strained the prince's feet on his chariot and brought Hector as if he had a victory over Troy. Later at night, King Priam went to Achilles and asked for his son's dead body, for he wanted to give the proper burial for Prince Hector. After 12 days, the Trojans thought that the Greeks have returned home and have lost the battle. They didn't know that the Greeks and their ships were hiding. The Greeks left the giant Trojan horse, built by Odysseus, as an offer to Poseidon for their safe journey. They brought the Trojan horse inside the city. The Trojans never knew that the Odysseus and the Greeks were inside the horse. When everything was in peace, the Greeks started to attack the Trojans. They killed everyone, including the innocents. They burned the houses and enslaved the women. The Troy has begun to fall. King Priam was killed by Agamemnon. Later, Agamemnon died as he was struck by Briseis in his neck. Then Achilles was pricked with arrows by Prince Paris. Achilles died. Helen, Paris, and some Trojans managed to escape through a passage through Mount Ida. Here ends the epic story of heroes whose names will be remembered for thousands of years.